Hello everyone, it's Yin Yang Total War here, and today I've got something a little special for you. As we know, the Jade Dragon is coming at the end of this month, and will be setting off on a mission to Lustria. Well, if you know anything about Cathay lore, then you know that vengeance upon the Lizardment has been sworn by the Sea Dragon, and before the Jade Dragon can steal her glory, we're going to see just how far she can go in today's episode of Unofficial 3LC Campaigns. Brought to us by the amazing Polygon, we will be joining the Sea Dragon, as well as the Eastern Provinces in a split campaign. Sound familiar, CA? In which Yin Yin has once again set out to defeat the Lizardment, but this time has taken it upon herself to accompany the fleet. With disaster striking once again, the Sea Dragon must complete her conquest far from home, unsupported, in a land where hostility comes from all directions. Meanwhile, back in Cathay, the undefended eastern provinces are set upon by dark elves, Niponeese pirates, and all manner of ancient nightmares. Now, looking at the faction effects, you can see that Yin Yin has access to the unique landmarks in province capitals around Lustria. Sound familiar, CA? The eastern provinces also have additional movement range for all armies, increased missile damage for the Dragonfleet Marines, extra income from ports, and surprise, surprise, negative relations with Dark Elves and Lizardmen. As for Lord effects, and I'm not sure why this is mentioned, but campaign movement is disabled while recruiting. She also has access to shipbuilding, just like the Vampire Coast. She gains additional leadership when in foreign territory, additional charge bonus, and finally, grants +3 harmony, Yin harmony, just like her sister. So, if a campaign fighting dinosaurs, pirates, and kaiju sounds fun to you, then join me as we play Yin Yin the Sea Dragon. Let's go. And jumping straight in here with Yin Yin the Sea Dragon, you can see that she is starting off in a bit of a precarious situation. Oh, and before I move past it, let's take a look real quick at her short and long campaign victory conditions. So, for the short campaign, all you have to do is maintain control of the following 8 provinces and build these 4 palaces. For the long, it's going to be 11 and 5. So, something that can give you a little bit of a boost and give you a little bit of a goal. You know, if you're just looking for a shorter campaign, she is a great one to do. Of course, like I said before, this is a survival campaign, so even achieving those limited goals is not going to be really easy. So, again, looking at her starting situation, she has a army with a Dread Saurian to her right. She has an army with this giant dinosaur to her left. He does not necessarily count as a kaiju, but he's big enough to count as one. And then we have, if you're playing with mixed use legendary lords, Lord Huitinhuichi. And I know that I pronounced that totally incorrect, but you know, I'm not a native to this area, so there's a lot of there's a lot of syllables in there. So anyway, Zlan Hwapek as well to your north, and if at some point we will be playing with him, just not anytime in the very near future. Now, it is tempting to go straight for Axolotl and hold against these two, but I think that what we're going to want to do is actually weaken our enemies by attacking this one over here and then making our way east to the Blood Swamps. Before we do that though, I do want to show you the other side of the campaign. So, let me take you over there. And sometimes it is going to be quite a bit for your system to handle, so just keep that in mind. So we have Yin Tuan over here, and if you don't know who Yin Tuan is, he is actually the sole survivor of the last campaign into Lustria in the Southlands. He made it across both continents, as if I recall, and finally eventually made it home to Cathay to tell the tale. So off of our eastern side, we're actually going to have Zhang Qi. Now, she is the pirate queen of this playthrough. She is going to have she's going to have some pretty unique units and some pretty intense units if you're not careful, right? Now we should be able to hold up against her, but we have her right here. We have more pirates here, and then if you're playing with the Marienburg mod, we're also going to have Egmont Den Yue right here, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Again, guys, I really just slaughter some of these names. He is going to be in charge of Fu Chao, with the WH3 Pirates controlling the rest of the Jade River Delta. And then down here is going to be Li Zhu. This is going to be Mount Li and our capital of Chiwu. This is going to be very important because, as you can see, we're starting off in the red with our income. That's definitely not a place you want to be, especially when you only have 6,000 treasury to back you up. Pushing out, you can see that we have the Nanchang Basin, and if you're playing with the Jade-Blooded Vampires mod, the Jade-Blooded Vampires are going to be right here. Finally, we are completely surrounded by pirates because the Serpent Estuary is home to more of the Jade Sea Pirates. So if you think that we can just defeat these guys in one fell swoop, you would be completely wrong on that one. Not to mention that, and guys, I know that I'm putting a lot of variables in here. I just want you to be aware so that when you're seeing these things, you're not like, why does my game not look like this? But if you are playing with the Immortal Empires Expanded mod, you are going to have, and trying to remember it, Ihan, thank you. So Warhammer Korea, or as it has lovingly been labeled, Ihan, is going to be up here, and then Nippon proper is going to be down here to the southeast. So, and I think maybe next week what we'll do is we'll play as the Jade Sea Pirates, and maybe pick up and go back east to Nippon and take the islands for ourselves. But that will be a different playthrough. So let's get into our first battle.
Harmony above all. I demand.
All right, we could be waiting for the celestial, for our celestial brethren to assist us, but I think that we can take Zhang Qi and at least push her off of our coast for now. So let's get into it.
No kingdom can stand against Grand Cathay. We are the dragon's chosen people.
And not quite the big speech that you would expect, but that's all right. I mean, you're also probably expecting to start with the Sea Dragon, and here we are fighting as Yin Tuan instead. But let's take a look across the field at our enemies. I think they are looking fantastic. I love these Niponeese Pirates. And there goes the Pirate Queen herself. And they're not here to mess around. Looking at some of our unique units. Actually, we'll catch up with them in just a second. Let's take a look at the Dragon Marines, right? Ooh. Now, you guys tell me who thought that they were going to be watching China versus Japan in Warhammer, right? But here it is. And definitely not a great battle for them. We have isolated the Pirate Queen with our ancestors. And here they come again for another charge. And is it just me, or do these pirates seem like they're bigger than us? Because it looks kind of like they're bigger than us. That's something I'll definitely have to look into. And as cool as this is, it does look to be that it's almost over. So, as they turn in fleet, I will see you guys back in the campaign now. And a close victory, but a victory nonetheless. So, we're going to replenish our forces on that one.
Great cause. Magistrate.
And we're actually, instead of pursuing them, we're going to go back to Lizhu because
Cathay Eternal.
I don't want to deal with this thing, right? This is going to be the first, at least hopefully, the first encounter of a kaiju. Maybe they'll go for something else, but they really don't like me. So, and I think that if I can take a look at them real quick.
Your will.
I don't know if they, yeah. So, they're only at war with me, which is gonna suck.
I serve the dragon.
So we definitely want to start working on getting some coastal defenses going. Also the Lee Temple for sure. But the very first thing that we need to do is get some finances coming in. So for here, I'm going to go with the wares market. And then for Shiwu itself, I'm going to go with the spice market. And if you guys notice a little cut there, I'm just doing some quick saves, just in case. Let's jump over to... Oh, actually, let's take a look at him real quick. We'll give him Tactician, Inspired Marksmanship, and Inspiring Presence.
A tool of great efficiency.
Alright, now let's go take a look at Yin Yin. So sometimes, unfortunately, when you're jumping around the map, the game will just say, "Whoa, man, we didn't expect you to be doing all this quickly." and it'll crash out. So that's
It is
why
mine
I'll have
by
some
blood
quick saves in
rights.
here, but don't you guys worry. I'm sure it's something that is very fixable, but it is something that will have to wait until I
Child of
probably
the
until
Nine.
after the DLC, because there's no point in going around trying to hunt down little bugs like that. So let's go fight some Lizardmen.
Spill their
Now here's the
Remember
dragon you
your
were looking
training.
for.
Our ranks must fight as one. We shall prevail.
And a lady of little words. Or a few words, excuse me. But that's not going to matter here soon. And something really cool about, and I think I might have mentioned it before, but something really cool about Yin Yin is that she welcomes all kinds into her army. She is pretty far from prejudicial, except for probably against the Lizardmen. And you want to talk about stacked up against you? Having a Dread Saurian in your first battle? Not cool. And here come our ancestors. Troops getting into it, and the sea dragon is definitely not above it herself. Now I'm trying to remember where those animations come from. I know somebody else uses those. And this poor Lizardman does not stand a chance. And don't you guys worry, we will be seeing the sea dragon's dragon form before the end of this Let's Play. But it wasn't really necessary for this battle, and it does appear that they are fleeing. So, with that, I will catch you guys back out on the campaign map. And a decisive victory for us. I'll take those replenishments for sure. And that is one Lizardman army down.
Shogungan Lord reporting.
And Yin Yin is ready for another upgrade. Let's see what else we can do. Let's definitely do Denizens of the Deep. And I know that I'm going pretty heavy into her spell tree, but we really need it. So, let's move towards the Blood Swamp. And we're going to colonize it. I don't think it... Yeah.
They will know order.
Now we can start building up on our fleet, right? But again, we got to be careful because we're still in the red. Pretty heavily in the red, too.
The dragon-blooded.
And while I would love to send a caravan, it's just not feasible at this time. So, see what else we can get going. Definitely going to get a commandment. And let's see if we can get some trade deals as well.
City command, we shall prosper in unison. This honors the Empire.
Darkness comes.
I don't foresee us being able to trade with any of them.
All
But
right.
the West End Company, for sure.
Greetings. We may not be the Empire. Affirmative.
By Sigma's will, come in peace.
And since we have allowed them to be in our territory, there's no reason not to trade with them, right?
Is not to question.
And we're going to ignore the fact that they are possibly cultists and leave it at that. All right. And let's end our first turn. So I have not played very far into this campaign myself, so a lot of this is going to be stuff that I'm exploring with you all. Just keep that in mind when some things surprise me. And it looks like the pirates are taking more hits, which is good. One less thing for us to worry about. And the horrors of the deep have decided not to strike us this turn, but I'm sure that it's coming. No thanks, no thanks. Black Venom, no thanks. Oh, I guess it wasn't as much of a decision as it was, they just couldn't reach us this turn. Actually, I don't know where that thing went, so we're just going to thank our lucky stars on it.
Lord Magistrate, reporting.
But we are less in the red, so that's good. And I am sure that the big dinos will be coming for us here pretty shortly as well. So looking to our east, we have Marco Colombo and the West End Trading Company. Something that I will probably touch on after the DLC. Once everything's back up and running, all the mods are working again. So it might be 2 or 3 weeks, but I definitely plan on hitting Katas Southern Realms when we get back to doing these campaigns.
Shogungan Lord reporting.
Let's see what else we can get started.
Service is every Cathayan's duty.
We can get some more Jade Pirates. That's really going to dig into our income. But
Celestial ancestors.
we don't want ourselves to
Natural
sit and
authority.
get weaker in comparison
Child
to our
of the
enemies.
Nine.
Perhaps once this is up and running, we can make some moves.
Born to rule.
It doesn't look like there's really too much for me to do. I could strike out at
Lord
these pirates real
Magistrate.
quick. So, actually, let's do that.
Yes.
Oh, and they ran away.
Waves bring rare
That's no
calm.
fun. Let's hit him again.
Strategize, mo-
And why not?
Remember your training! Trust in the dragon!
Maintain unity!
Victory shall be certain!
And the cannons are already pounding. But looking over here at our jungle fighters, these guys are veterans of Lustria and are ready to take down some pirates today. Now, looking out at our pirate friends, you can see they are all undead. I believe that's just some leftovers from the original faction that the WH3 Pirates took over. So this will probably be the only undead that we really fight, unless we go for the vampire toes. Ooh, and some devastating cannon fire. And fortunately for us, we are able to shoot over and through the trees, whereas the gunnery mob is just unable to make any kind of effect against our jungle fighters. Coming back out to the main line, if you guys were missing Napoleon and Empire Total War, well, this is probably as close as you're going to get in this game, unless you use the Guns of the Empire mod, which is definitely a thing. And already basically at an end. Ooh, there goes the vampire, and with him will fall the rest of his troop. You guys can already see where this is going to go, so I will see you back out in the campaign map. All right. And a not flawless victory, but still pretty good, pretty solid.
Lord Magistrate reporting. A glorious triumph.
Ooh, and another kaiju just waiting to strike at us. And it looks like we're in his range, so
Master of the
let's actually hurry up and get back to
Over
Legion.
here. Lord Magistrate.
All right, and we'll continue just making our troops better. Actually, let's do weapon damage. There we go. That ought to help everybody out.
A worthy addition to my arsenal.
Shogun Lord reporting. Natural authority.
And while I am tempted to do that, let's actually get our ship depot going.
The dragon-blooded.
And we'll end the turn again. And another turn protected from our enemies. I'll take these Knights of Flame, sure.
Celestial ancestors. Offspring of dragons.
And it doesn't seem like the enemy really want to come to us. And that they have actually spawned another dinosaur army, which is terrifying. They will be coming for us eventually.
Child
It
of
might
the
be a good
Nine.
idea to move out and go find somewhere else to be. But I don't really see anywhere else to go right this second, so we will wait. Now we have two kaiju sitting in wait for us off the coast, so we will not be moving out from here anytime in the very near future. Oh, Garrison Lord not move. I always hate that thing. Like, why even include that creative assembly? Come on. If they're in a garrison, just leave them. They're fine. All right, and it looks like we are coming up on a pretty hardcore finale, if this is to be believed. So, what did I just spend my money on? Oh,
City
building up
commander.
a settlement. I suppose we will wait on that. I would really like it if they would fight each other. That would be great for me. A little King Kong Godzilla action. But seeing as how they're flying the same flag, I don't think that's probably likely to happen. So lore-wise, do you guys think that the Jade Emperor, or not the Jade Emperor, the Celestial Emperor would be more upset that Yin Yin went back to Lustria and failed, or that she abandoned the eastern provinces to Kaiju? Oh, yeah, they're coming for me. That's terrifying. And let's take another look over at Yin Yin. Now, this might all actually be fast forwarded just a little bit because they seem a little anxious to attack me. And I'm anxious to come at them as well, so. Local mercenaries. Oh, that's another mod. That's not gonna, we're not gonna use that.
Tolerate sloth.
Hopefully I am not being short-sighted in taking on some more troops, but we're about to, it seems like we're about to get attacked, so I might as well, right? It looks like they still don't find me worthy of battle, which I can't really be too upset about, but I was hoping they were coming for me. And speaking of coming for me, here comes our first Big Daddy. Okay, he's not that big. He doesn't make the mountains look like rocks, but that's okay. We are not ready for it, but we're gonna do it anyway. And let's give the Razor Standard to, yeah. Not that it's really gonna help, but you know, anything is better than nothing.
Rejoice! For we have courage stronger even than the great Bastion!
And noble words from our noble leader. Jumping back in here with Yin Tuan for our penultimate battle. Now, our goal was to draw him away from the city so that he didn't terrorize the citizens, and it seems to have worked, but definitely a terrifying sight to behold. Let's actually zoom in on him in just a little bit. And if you see those cannonballs hitting but not firing, that's because he drops cannonballs as he walks. And even though our ancestors are trying to come in and distract him, he doesn't seem to really care. The best thing you can do against these creatures is hit them until they don't want to fight anymore. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, fortunately, because he doesn't have reinforcements, this will be a fairly short battle, but deadly for those around him, unfortunately. And I believe that's him actually taking off. So we'll see you back on the campaign map. Jeez. All right, and we survived the first of the Horrors of the Deep. And I am surprised that they are done with us this turn, but that's okay. No thank you, no thank you, absolutely not. All right.
Shogungan Lord reporting.
Blood kiss of this.
I'm not really worried about that. But I am curious why they have decided not to come at me. I suppose they have better things to do. So,
Celestial Ancestors. Wind Shaper.
now that the Blood Swamp
Natural
is
authority.
secure in our possession, let's move out.
I concur. Dragon's blood runs through my veins.
See if there's anybody else who will do.
Sigma's will.
Doc. There are possibilities here. Yes.
Very good.
I'm sure that Father would not be happy with us trading with vampires, but we need more money. So,
Shogungan Lord reporting.
Magistrate reporting.
Yin Tuan is making his presence known over here,
Upper
and
hand, indeed.
we still have another monster to fight. I would love to build that, but we.
Power is my birthright.
And it looks like they have decided to come against us. Now, I will not lie, everybody, this is probably going to end in a defeat, but that's okay because I was planning on this being the final battle anyway. So, let's jump right in.
Make your ancestors proud and ensure our empire is forever glorious.
And well, I wouldn't call it a stirring speech, but it is a speech nonetheless. No, this is actually a great shot. I'm gonna take that. So, the battle has officially gotten underway. The dinos are waiting for their friends to come on in, but we're not going to sit around and wait for them. And look at the size of that thing. I don't think he's the biggest of the dinosaurs, but he is he's by no means small, right? And there go our ancestors now to try to deal with him. Obviously, you guys know how that's going to go over for us. And in come the rest of his friends. And look at that thing coming our way. Ooh. Yin Yin knows if there is a chance for them to survive, she has to take it now, and it's dragon time. Oh. And had we taken these dinosaur armies one at a time, we probably could have defeated them, but today is just not going to be that day for us. She's hitting it with all the dragon breath she's got. And it does look like most of the army has retreated or been killed. And down goes Yin Yin, and so too does our campaign. I'll see you back on the map. And a close defeat? I don't know if I would call that very close. But the Sea Dragon has been defeated. Of course, not all is lost, because now she can return back to her home, resupply, and return once she is ready. Maybe after the conquest of Nippon, right? Maybe something a little bit closer to home. But this is where we're going to end our Let's Play for today. If you guys would like to see me continue this one, as always, just let me know down in the comment section. But as always, guys, it has been fun. And definitely do go check out Yin Yin the Sea Dragon in the mod workshop. But until next time, to all my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night. Thanks again to everyone for watching. I really couldn't do this without the support of my family, friends, and everyone who is helping me take my dream of becoming a content creator to the next level. I believe this channel will only get better as time goes on, so if you want to aid me in this journey, all I ask is you do what the kids say.
Comment, like, and subscribe!
Thanks guys, and we'll see you in the next one.